Hi folks, it's Mike here at Meteor Golf. We are here to review what Ping say are the longest irons that they've ever made. This is the new G430. Which is the successor, because I was going to say I never know myself. Successors, predecessors, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the successor to the G425. So the thing is, folks, is that I've looked at them and I've spent time studying for once in my life. And when I picked up the new G30 first, what I thought was, I said, God, this is an awful lot bigger than the G425. But you know what? It isn't. And the reason is, I think, if you can see this, is that the letter is thinner, and it's all about optics, is that this is fatter, this is thicker, and this is thinner, which kind of gave me a first impression that the G430 was a kind of a bigger iron, but in fact it's not. In fact, it's a little bit more compact, it's a little bit slimmer. To do a good version of this, what I did was I hit both of them, and they weigh the same. They have this, so they have the exact same weight. They have the exact same total weight. The shafts, I even put the shafts on a CPM machine, which is the cycles per minute, to see about the stiffness of the shafts. The shafts are exactly the same CPM, but they feel completely different. And that is unbelievable. They feel completely different. I've hit them. The G425 is a great club. What I really liked about the G425 is that they were there was a good, solid, strong feel off them, and they were penetrating. The G430, I have to say, feels softer. There's a lot more feedback, and what's really important is, for me, is that they actually fly higher. But the big thing, which I think is probably what makes them special, is that the carry distance is better. I don't know about the total distance, because that varies between everybody. But what I do know between the difference between the 425 and the 430, for me, is that the 430 carried longer than the 425. And the feedback from it is that it's very soft. It nearly feels like a forged iron, which it isn't. But it's got a new badge, and the badge is supposed to give it a more solid feel and a pleasing impact sound, seemingly, which sounds beautiful, but do you know what? It works. And for me, what's great is that if you have a club which is, you kind of, when you get a new sometimes you get new variations on the club, and basically all they've done is they've changed the color, they've changed the badge, they've changed something, and everything else is the same. But the crazy thing about this is, even though, as I said, it's the same weight, it's the same stiffness, it's the same everything, the feeling is completely different. It feels lighter. It doesn't feel as heavy. The CPMs on the shaft are exactly the same. They're about 260, which is brilliant, but they feel exactly the same. And it's a bit mind-blowing, because I'm looking at both of them and I'm kind of going, well, they are kind of similar, but they're not similar at all. I do like the fact of the feel behind them, because sometimes with the more cast irons, they're a bit clunky, and this is not. It's a new Alta CB shaft, okay? This one's for the golf test dummy. It sits very well behind the ball. It's got a nice bit of offset. I like the chrome look, I like the finish. And seemingly the finish from Ping now means that it's a special finish, Hydropearl or something. All these names, I tell you, I'm useless. Hydropearl finish. It means that it plays pretty well in the wet as well. That was terrible, but you know what? I like a terrible shot that kind of goes in the direction of the green. I've this set up for, like, the pin is about 145 meters, and for me with a 7 iron, which is about 160, yeah, about 160 yards carry. And I gotta say, it works very, very, get in the hole. It works very well. I was a big fan of the G425. I'm really impressed with this. It's nice. Now, on top of that, you have the Alta CB, new Alta CB shaft, which has got nice feedback. But also as well, they have a new, sorry Mike, they have a new Alta quick shaft. The thing is as light as a feather. I think there's two variations. There's a 41 gram shaft and a 37 gram shaft with a really ultralight lambkin grip on them. It's crazy, and they have a new HL version of that, which is a little bit lighter. There's a little bit less weight in the toe and the tip of the club, and in relation to this shaft in there, it makes it extremely easy to get up in the air. So for a lot of people, even if you don't go for the HL version, for people who need to get the ball up in the air, I think if you try with the new Alta quick shaft as well, it's brilliant. Oh my goodness, that is nice. That is nice. That wasn't my best shot, but that is nice. Is it the longest iron that Ping have ever made? I know for me it's probably got one of the longest carries. I'm not really into this. It's the longest iron, it's the shortest iron, it's the highest iron, it's the lowest iron. Who gives a shit really, to be honest? What I do think though is that it's something different. And it's definitely something different for Ping. The feedback on the iron is the standout for me. The height and the carry is also a big standout for me. The fact that you have an iron that is quite similar to the predecessor but feels completely different is brilliant. It means that I think it's going to draw a lot of new people to Ping. Price-wise, I don't know. We got to look into that actually. That's something that's quite important. But what I do know is that the prices of irons across the board have gone up this year. Do I like it? I think it's extremely good. Very impressed. The G30 from Ping.